us. We, at our time, when we are of their age, we never used to say no to our parents. We were absolutely, yes. Whatever said and done, yes. But today's generation definitely talks about why. Why should we do it? Give me a little sensible answer for it. So next, yeah, they always have a question, why, how, what. So we need to inculcate values and sensitize them about the country, heritage, child labor, which is something what the way we tell them in the class, look at your privilege and look at the children who are underprivileged. Ecosystem, healthy food, junk food is in the air. We need to tell them what is the benefit of eating a healthy food. Environmental issues, we have got so many environmental issues going on, starting from the global warming, anything you start, we have environmental issues. Gender equality, this is a very sensitive issue which has to be engraved in a child because it's something that they see in their families also. Sometimes some families do talk about, okay, a girl child. They should be taught, no, whether it's a girl or a boy, equal. So this is something which we have to actually engrave in them, and we being a residential school have a 100, I would say 200% thing of doing it. Underprivileged, it can be mentally challenged children, physically challenged, financially challenged, and there are many more aspects to sensitize them about. Value education. What are values? How are they important in life? After we do life skills and after we talk about the attitudes, we need to know what are the values that they ultimately got. Values are something which makes them or mars them. Either they make their future and they become responsible citizens and very good human beings, or they go the other way around. So we as teachers are supposed to work on the values and ensure that we at least try to put them in the right path. What are the implications of value education for school? What kind of activities should be organized in school to promote value in students? So this is something what we have been always doing in our school. We take them to for charity, homes, blind schools, orphanage. We make them meet the tribal people. Then we have got prayer sessions, we have meditation, we have yoga, we have lots of them. This is a place where we have something called as anecdotal records. Anecdotal records play a major role here because anecdotal records or anecdotal comes from the word anecdote. Means recording an activity. Good or bad, immaterial. But we are recording an activity so that we can assess the child. We can analyze the child on what track they are, what are they lagging in, and what is their strength. What needs to be changed in the existing classroom set up so that the pedagogical practices becomes more value oriented. Here we are talking about a very sensitive matter where we should emphasize that the children should respect their peer as well as the taught. Teacher and the taught should be respected at the same time. If they don't respect, we need to teach them. Suppose if they don't wish us a good morning, we can definitely tell them good morning. The way sir says every time. If they don't do, you can always do it. So when you do it once, twice, thrice, they definitely get to the framework of yes, we need to do it. Second is gender sensitivity. They need to respect the opposite gender. It is not that the girl is to be empowered and put the boy down or the other way around. It need not be that. Boys and girls should be given an equal chance. And the most important thing over here is we should not victimize. Like, okay, I have a frame set for a child, or the child has a frame set for a particular teacher, so we need to make it worse. Instead, we come down to their level and we solve the matter. So these are certain things we need to practice. What role does the educator has to play to promote values and education? There is something what they talk about third point, the kind of activities what we speak about. Interpersonal skills and intrapersonal skills. Until and unless the intrapersonal skills are peaceful and settled. Intrapersonal means inside the person. If the person is not at peace within himself or within herself, the person cannot spread peace around him or her. So we need to emphasize that the educator ensures that the child is quite peaceful so that he is helping in spreading peace around him or her or the child. anecdote or a little story which tells us how to inculcate values in children. Together we can, individual activity. There was a farmer who grew award-winning corn. Each year his produce fetched him a good price at the local fair. One day, a newspaper reporter interviewed him and learned something interesting about how he grew it. The reporter discovered that the farmer shared his seed corn with his neighbors. How can you afford to share your best seed corn with neighbors when they are entering corn in competition with yours each year? The reporter asked. Why, sir, said the farmer. Didn't you know? The wind picks up the pollen from the ripening corn and swirls it from field to field. If my neighbors grow inferior corn, cross-pollination steadily degrade the quality of their corn. If I am to grow good corn, I must help my neighbor grow good corn. He is very much aware of the connectedness of the life. His corn cannot improve unless the neighbor's corn also improves. So it is in other dimensions. He is not being selfish, he is letting people grow. So when the people grow, obviously he will also prosper. Those who choose to be at peace must help their neighbors to be at peace. Those who choose to live well must help others to live well. For the values of a life is measured by the lives it touches. And those who choose to be happy must help others to find happiness, for the welfare of each is bound up with the welfare of all. The lesson for each of us is this: if we are to grow good corn, we must help our neighbors grow good corn. The 5 steps approach to inculcate values in students. So keeping the story or the anecdote what we just read, we can look at the 5 steps. Knowing. The learner must be made aware of the inherent values or ethical issues while going through a particular topic. Analyzing and judging. The learner must be provided with conflicting situations when teaching, learning to enable him or her to evaluate the implications of the related values. Believing. Emphasis should be given to relevant points helpful in development of faith in these related values. Action. The learner may be encouraged to practice these values in actual life situations as a result of change in his or her behavior brought about by relevant and meaningful experiences. Internalization. Through constant emphasis on such relevant ideas, thoughts and actions, the learner should be led to a state where the practice of acquired values may be spontaneous and immediate, leading to acquire positive behavioral patterns and outcomes. So the first one is knowing, where the farmer knows that I am getting an award, so how should I retain the award every year? Analyzing and judging, talking about the pros and cons, internalizing himself. If the farmers around me have bad set of corn, I get a bad set of yield. So I will not be able to get my award every year. Believing, he believes that I need to help my fellow farmers so that I get my best yields. Action, he distributes the corn seeds to his fellow farmers. Internalization, he is at peace because he's getting his award every year and he's ensuring his co-farmers are also growing along with him. Gender sensitivity. We have actually concised the whole thing of gender sensitivity into 2 slides. It's actually a little format which has to be done. So we're keeping it very, very extra short. Understanding the concept of gender and sex. Sex, a child is born with a particular sex, male or female. Gender, the child comes to know after he is born, okay, I am a boy, I am a girl. Biologically characterized. Gender, socially constructed. Oh, you are a boy, you can only do this. You are a girl, you can only do this. Universal. It's a this thing known as universal. Diverse culturally and different. Every culture, every religion, every state, every tradition, every family has their own set rules for boys and girls. They don't want their girl or the boy to cross those boundaries, so-called boundaries, which are set by the traditions. Not changeable. Gender, dynamic and modifiable according to the norms of society. Most of the working places do not want to work under a female authority because they feel, oh, how can we work under a female authority? We don't mind working under a male authority because they feel the men can handle things more. But today's world definitely talks about women to be more multitasking than the men. So we have to think how dynamic a person is, not the gender. It's not a man or a woman, it is a person who is making the thing run efficiently and smoothly. Activity suggest 10 words or phrases which are gender biased. Can we have a little session here? We are giving you one example. Be strong as a boy. Anybody please?
Boys don't cry.
Boys don't cry. Okay. Anything else?
Boys are strong.
Boys are strong.
Okay. Then
Boys don't cook.
boys don't cook. Anything else?
Boys would never interfere in other matters.
Boys don't interfere in household matters. Don't cry like a girl.
Cooking is a girl's forte.
They won't do
Girls,
politics.
fortes,
Boys don't cry.
They won't do politics.
Boys don't do politics. This is all for boys. Okay.
Boys speak less, so don't talk like girls.
Okay. Boys speak less. Okay. Be polite like a
Be
girl.
polite like a girl.
Don't be a tomboy.
Many feel boys don't gossip.
Okay. Many
Many feel, yeah, that's correct.
Yes, respect. Yes, respect to girls.
Okay, give respect. Okay. Okay, now we have certain things which are not gender biased. Be strong, be bold, be smart, face the world, be positive, don't cry, keep smiling. So these are all non-gender biased. So we need to use terms like this in our daily life, whether at home, whether in the school, so that we start at home and in the school that we are not gender biased. Okay, next. This is an anecdotal record, and till now whatever we have been speaking about, we have all been doing properly. But this is little thing where I felt that we need to work a little. Anecdotal record derives its origin and meaning from the word anecdote, brief events and episodes. An anecdotal record is the observed behavior of a student. It's a record of some significant episode happened in the life of the student that sheds light on the conduct, thinking skills and capabilities, revealing significant features and characteristics about his and her personality. In order to arrive at a trend or pattern, emphasis is on recording multiple episodes or anecdotes. Every time a teacher documents an episode or an anecdote, she records her comments too. Objective description. This is a small little event. When I walked into the class, the students greeted me. All of them were in a joyful mood and did not want to study. I agreed. I divided them into groups and asked them to play games in groups. Suddenly I noticed that Shivan was studying science book and was totally engrossed in his studies. I became very curious and asked, "Why don't you play games with your friends?" Shivan replied, "I do not enjoy playing these games. I enjoy reading my science books." Now, this is what we have always been doing. We need to add comment on it. The comment we need to give is, Shivan is an intelligent boy who has got a scientific temper but lacks social skills. So here we are intermixing scholastic and post-scholastic. Life skills, everything we do. He does not like to interact with others. He prefers to study science in depth and thinks a lot. So we are showing his strength as well as weakness. His strength is in-depth knowledge and critical thinking, and his weakness is the lack of social skills and emotional skills. Guidelines for preparing the anecdotal record. We cannot set any limit on the number of anecdotes to be recorded. It depends on the time in hand of the teacher or counselors. The following points should be considered in connection with these records. These supplement other records and should not be considered as substitutes. These are actual records. The objective description of the behavior should not be mixed up with the subjective comments. Any significant behavior, be it in the classroom, in the school or outside the school, should be recorded. Students' behavior, whether it is favorable, unfavorable or neither of the two, should be recorded. The facts presented in all the anecdotes must be shifted and arranged so that they may be studied in relation to one another. The record should be regarded as confidential. It should not fall into irresponsible hands.